So I want to know this. How do producers, just from like your perspective, create their own brand from their sound? For example, you can listen to a DJ Mustard beat and you know it's DJ Mustard. You listen to Metro, you know it's Metro. So like, from your personal experience, do you think you found that as a producer where people are like, oh no, this is a Thomas beat for sure? And if so, like, how do producers even like find that for themselves?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a really difficult one too, because
Mm-hmm.
like I ask myself the same question like every day, because as soon as I hear a Mustard or Metro beat, I know it's them,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to create the same thing for myself. And I think it's a couple of things. I think like the type of instruments that you choose, and and then it's just the way that you arrange them.
Yeah.
So I think my signature sound is starting to evolve pretty solidly. I try most of the time to go for like analog synthy sounds that you don't really know what you're hearing. You're hearing a melody, but you don't really know what it is. It's not some kind of basic piano or guitar. It's like always something very spacey, with a lot of delay, a lot of like other sounds that are bouncing off of each other. Like it, I always want it to sound like it's coming from outer space. And and then with the drums, like most of the time I'm using that deep synth sub bass, really low, really dark, and then the hard knocking 808s and kicks and snares. So I think that would be my signature sound. And then it's always like building it up, going hard, and then taking it back down, like try to make the listener float into like a post kind of chorus and then
Mm-hmm.
back. So that's like the sound and loop that I'm trying to perfect. Yeah.
Mm. Right now, what for you is like the hardest part as a producer? Is it just the business end, creating a sound, making beats consistent? Like right now, just overall, from both sides, not just creatively, but in terms of making this into a real business for yourself. What's is there anything in particular that's been the biggest obstacle for you?
Yeah, I think for me personally, right now, it's definitely like on the business side, it's trying to make it like a sustainable career for yourself. But you also want to stay true to like your artistic vision and integrity, you know. Um, a lot of producers go the route of making type beats, putting them on BeatStars, putting them on YouTube, selling uh, non-exclusive licenses. So like selling the same beat pretty much indefinitely,
Yeah.
to as many artists as they can. Um, I tried that route when I was beginning for like a short while, but it just didn't feel true to myself. I just
Mm-hmm.
felt like my beats are worth more than just like a $30 license, which everyone can buy. So I have no control over what they're gonna do with my beats, and they lose their exclusivity, and also their value, I think, in that
Yeah.
way. So I pretty early on, in my career, I knew that I wanted to go the industry route. So only exclusive beats. They're not on YouTube, not on BeatStars. Like you have to know me personally to even get them and listen to them. And I thought like my vision was like that way I can keep my value higher, keep myself more exclusive, um, uh, get to know higher rank artists that really appreciate like the exclusivity, of the sound of the beats and stuff. And but yeah, that's the longer and more difficult route.
Mm-hmm.
So, like in the short term, you're pretty much denying yourself a lot of income, potential income, because
Mm-hmm.
you're not selling any licenses online. So you really have to build your network and grind your way up from artist to artist and maybe eventually to a label or something. But at the moment, like the biggest struggle is still yeah, making a sustainable income, like making it yeah, a stable and sustainable career for myself, because right now I'm still barely earning anything. I'm giving away beats right now even for free, just for the placement sake.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still building up that portfolio, building up that brand until I can eventually, uh, say like I'm that guy, and
Yeah.
this is the price, and yeah. So yeah, that's the biggest struggle right now.